that economy between the member countries of Mana River Union and of course the currency. I don't know how possible when soon we'll have that Mana River Union currency. But let me hear from Mr. Aaron Guano. How is the planning going so far?
First of all, let me appreciate you for inviting us here, and I want to thank the resident coordinator, Mr. Jala, for his support, to this initiative. And I want to say a big thanks to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, for Excellency, my own mama, Sarah Bessler Yanti, for believing in some of us as young people and bringing us on the table. I also want to appreciate my own minister, Madam Gbaa, for her support and the way in which we've been working together to achieve this goal. Per the planning committee, we are 100%, show of whatsoever that will be happening on the 21st and the 22nd. I also want to thank the UNDP for her support, in agreeing to finance this initiative that will bring relief to members within the MRU. So let me not take much of your time because these are two experts and they've been in the game before me and I'm learning from them. So I want to give, thanks to them and I mean just leave it with them to just do the rest of the talking while I just sit and wait whatsoever they know that they will talk and I'll just come in and just follow.
All right, Minister Brad, I mean, this is coming in Liberia. I mean, this is coming just 6 months into the government's regime.
Mhm.
How important, before we can go into some of the meats of the conversation, how important is this for the government, a very young government at this time, to be hosting this kind of high level meetings, especially with MRU?
Well, I would just say that it's a great feat for Liberia, where she will be hosting her sister countries to brainstorm and strategize on ways on addressing some of the challenges, especially the resident coordinator mentioned about other things, but I think the issue of immigration issues, it has to be addressed. I can recall that few weeks ago we had a delegation from the ECOWAS talking about the ECOWAS biometric ID card that is to be introduced. So it's important for Liberia because Liberia, I'm hopeful, and I think that the government of Liberia is poised to, agree on that, and that will be a very good thing for the free movement of citizens of the MRU countries, even the ECOWAS member states. For the you will, admit that whenever a foreigner, let's say somebody who father is a Sierra Leonean or a Ghanaian, who mother is a Liberian, to obtain a passport is, a little difficult because you have to display an oath of allegiance. So for the the ECOWAS biometric ID card coming into being is a very important thing for every a member country of this of ECOWAS and the Mana River Union. So this conference will also focus on recognizing the fact that this will be an important asset to whatsoever the member countries will be strategizing on.
Okay, let me hear from the resident coordinator of MRU. She started something on the immigration aspect, because I was just coming to ask about the security, not just the security, not just political security, but also diplomatic security, with the issue of people traveling from one country to another. How is this conference going to put that into proper perspective to ensuring political security and as well as diplomatic security for the countries involved with the MRU?
Thank you, Mr. Murray. I think that the free movement of our citizens within the MRU is very vital to security, to economic growth within the region. Having said that, the MRU is in itself our job at the Secretariat. And for people who don't understand the MRU has three major categories. We have the Summit of Heads of States, we have the Union Ministerial Council, and then we also have the Secretariat. All of the programs emanate from the Secretariat, meaning that the Secretary General has the vision in terms of the programs that we try to get into. So we talk about transboundaries issues when it comes to water. Water now is becoming a major factor in global security, where you see member states that are fighting about. So this meeting in itself brings all of our foreign ministers, finance ministers, and I guess some defense ministers will be coming, where they all can sit together and have a discussion as to what's going to benefit the MRU. And again, I go back to saying that this government has been in power for only 6 months. For the foreign minister to have a vision to want to bring this to light shows her forward thinking in terms of what she hopes to do within the Mano River Union, given the fact that she's not the person that we report to. The line minister that we report to here in Liberia is the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. But the foreign minister has taken the mantle so that we'll tackle these issues within the Mano River Union. Just last week, I was in Freetown, where the African Development Bank, one of our biggest supporters, has given $4.1 million on the project called the Buy Best Project. This project is to help women at the border areas to move or to elevate them from informal trading to formal trading. So we had a dialogue in Sierra Leone where we discussed issues. What are some of those issues that we discussed? We discussed about the GBV, gender-based violence, women traders that are coming across the borders, or even male traders that are coming across the border who are unaware of the rules, the African Free Trade Agreement, the AFTA. Those are things that our traders have to understand, has to be educated to, so that when they're coming across the border and the movement across the border are not hindered.
Okay.
So those are, and that's the beauty of this meeting. The beauty of this meeting brings all those policymakers together, that they're able to discuss these issues that are very paramount to the success of the 4 countries.
I just want us to go a little deeper with this whole thing about the 3 main cardinal reasons for this conference: the security, the economic integration, the currency. And I'm still particular about political security, political stability in the region. I know almost every state in Africa has experienced some sort of political instability. I mean, once you look around, you see that they are just everywhere. We know, you and I know that we noticed something in Ivory Coast a couple of years back, Sierra Leone recently with the elections, Guinea, just everywhere. Liberia had our own thing 14 years ago. How is this meeting taking seriously the issue of security, political security at this point in the region, Minister Gbaa?
Well, they are coming together. The main aim of, having this Mano River Union was to, consolidate peace. So it has been a long time. Liberia is one of the first signatories to that, to the establishment of the Mano River Union. So it's based on the fact that, being the mother, one of the oldest, countries, African countries on the continent, we thought it wise to have this and bring in our partners, the member countries, even experts to strategize. So when a conflict arises in a country, how to best approach it as a country. So, and how member states can, address every, conflict, how they can intervene. Their intervention matters a lot. So it's not just about, sitting and seeing what next, but how things can be different from the time of the formation of the Mano River Union. We have to revamp it. It's been quite a long time, and the challenges have been immense, but how to lessen some of the burdens. This is why the countries are coming together to secure some commitments for institutional reforms and funding means to enhance the MROU's efficiency, so they can be efficient in all of the member countries.
Okay, I want to ask this specifically to the MRU coordinator. I'm concerned about the citizens of the MRU. Many of them are not economically strong. How is this conference going to address that economic aspect of citizens of the MRU, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Ivory Coast? Because
Okay, let me just come in.
yes,
So this is why, like I said, not too many people are able to afford a passport. And that's why the issue of this ECOWAS biometric ID card has to be discussed.
okay.
And Liberia is, I'm just, hopeful that all of the countries will agree.
My question was actually directed toward the economic stability of the citizens, not necessarily
their movement.
not necessarily the movements. I agree with you on the movements, but how do any of the member states of Mana River make sure that they be able to elevate their citizens out of poverty, to giving them the economic strength to live?
Okay, well, that has to do with each country and their political stance in terms of what their strategic.
How does the MRU intervene?
Okay, so now that's what we're saying now. The MRU, we are intergovernmental organization. We look at governments, the 4 different governments' strategic plan, and then we try to fill in the gap. One of those things that I just spoke about has to do with the informal trading with women at the borders. MRU was able to team up with African Development Bank, and we got $4.1 million. That $4.1 million is being invested at the border, training market women that has informal traders or who are informal traders to elevate their market. So if you were doing, say, 5 or 50 acres of cassava, this project here with the African Development Bank hopes to bring you to maybe 100 or 150 acres where you will be able to produce more cassava, more gari for you to be able to sell on the market. That's helping citizens with MRU. This program here target 1,200 women traders at the border. So there's going to be 750 from Guinea, Sierra Leone, and 750 from Liberia. When this project is done, which is called the Buy Best project, then we move into Guinea and Cote d'Ivoire. These projects are all being run through the MRU, Mana River Union Secretariat in Sierra Leone. And that's our job. We tend to fill in the gaps in terms of where the government cannot reach. So our strategy then becomes one where we are looking for funding. Like if you take the road from from Kepamas to somewhere between Maryland. 2 years ago, Mana River Union was the conduit under where the Liberian government got that loan to fix that road. More so, even the road that is going now from Sanikule to, I think, from Ganta to Sanikule, that's an MRU initiative. Most people don't know it. But when the government of Liberia signed that $40 million loan agreement with African Development Bank, that was a project that was done by Medina Wisset at the time of she was in the Secretary General with the MRU. So we at the MRU tend to complement the different states in terms of how we help to elevate our citizens. We look for policy issues at the border where we can tap into to make our citizens' lives better.
Minister, I want us to foreshadow a little bit this conference. What are the expectations? What do we expect from this meeting? That after it all, we can say, okay, this is our result. This is what we achieve after this 1 or 2 day of this high level meeting. What do we expect?
Okay, so one of the objectives of this high level meeting is to consider the pilot testing of this ECOWAS currency in MRU states, member states. So we expect that it be initiated.
Did I hear you say pilot testing of the currency?
Yeah, pilot testing.
Okay.
Yes. So we hope that it will be initiated for the member states. That's one thing that, you know, when
How
you
does the
when,
currency
when,
look?
when, when you
Has
take
it been printed already?
no.
Okay.
So you cannot use Liberian dollars in Guinea. You cannot use the Saywhar in Liberia easily. Some are, you know, exchanging it, but not, you know, it's not visible that you see maybe a foreign exchange area to go and do that. So that's one cardinal thing that has to be looked at, how it benefits the MRU member countries. Yeah.
You know, you talk about the currency, and I know that the MRU will have the desire to do that, but even if the MRU agree as a bloc, as a union, especially when it comes to the single currency, it has to pass through individual countries' legislations.
That's why
Do we
experts are coming.
do we expect that commitment that if MRU passes such agreement, that individual countries' legislation will also approve it?
No, point of information.
Mhm.
We're the ECOWAS has decided that they wanted to have one currency.
Yeah.
That's was in place in terms of the ECO currency. The ECO currency has not gone into place yet. Our job at the MRU is, again, the vision of the foreign minister is to see how this ECO currency can be piloted in the Monetary Union countries. Right? The job here is, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
The ECO currency is an ECOWAS initiative. ECOWAS wants to have one currency. It's called the ECO. Now that currency in itself has been talked about at the ECOWAS level, but Monetary Union is open to only 4 countries. So the foreign minister, in her wisdom, says, why not try to see it works in these 4 countries, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Cote d'Ivoire, and the effectiveness and efficiency of how it works in those 4 countries will determine.
Okay, so
if we go,
I get the point now. So actually, is a pilot for ECOWAS. So the MRU is used. I mean, ECOWAS is using MRU as a pilot project for the ECO currency.
Yeah. So between these countries, it's like, does this work?
Okay. So if it's working in MRU, then that's a possibility.
How does it, you know,
goes wide?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. So let me say, talk about the program. Since the program committee president is here, who do we expect at the program? Do we expect? Okay, let me ask that to the minister, and then the program. The program. We do we expect the presidents of the MRU present, or their foreign ministers, or defense ministers, or finance ministers?
So ministers, experts, and development partners. So it's not limited to
the head of states.
Yes, exactly. So, but we expect, you know, ministers from these countries to come.
Okay, I see the countries in the MRU being almost interrelated at some point, for the lack of better words. This should not be a difficult thing to get MRU to work. Why has it seemed so difficult, coordinator?
Due to the various political changes we have had in the region, the MRU has been strapped financially also. When we speak of the MRU, we're speaking of all 4 countries. Howbeit, the secretariat in Sierra Leone is the body of MRU, where each country is supposed to give $500 or $500,000 a year. But unfortunately, those commitments have not come through, has not been forthcoming. So in order for you to be able to plan such an activity, you have to have funding. The MRU is supposed to have a yearly Union Ministerial Council and a yearly Heads of State Summit. Unfortunately, that has not happened because of lack of funding from the governments. But howbeit, again, yes, a foreign minister who's been in power in less than 6 months and have said to her, you know what, we're going to revitalize the MRU. We're going to see how we can strengthen the MRU. So you know what, I'm bringing all of my foreign ministers together. I'm bringing all of my finance ministers together. I'm bringing the defense minister together so we can have a dialogue. Let's talk about saying how we can revitalize MRU Secretariat or the MRU in its entirety and get us on track. So after this meeting, Cote d'Ivoire have asked to host the Heads of State Summit, which will be next year. The beauty of this meeting also brings to light the fact that they are coming together, yes, to talk. Liberia is going to take over as the heads of the Heads of State Summit. President Boyka next year is going to take over.
He's going to head the MRU.
He's going to be the head of the Heads of State Summit, and the finance minister is going to be the head of the Union Ministerial Council. Those are the two highest decision-making body within the MRU. So this meeting is vital for Liberia to show that we are capable of hosting such a meeting and that our vision in terms of what the foreign minister has for MRU is put on the table for discussion.
Minister Gbaa, Liberia is once more being highlighted, in this kind of meeting. It speaks a lot to the improvement the country is making in just 6 months. How does the country intend to, use this kind of opportunities to benefit both the diplomatic aspect of the country and the political one as well?
One thing for sure I would say here is that the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Her Excellency Sarah Besloyanti, is optimistic about securing commitments for institutional reforms. And so with that, you have, or should I say, the MRU for, more than before. Just a description I'm trying to grasp here. But with securing these commitments from each member state, like Guinea, Sierra Leone, La Cote d'Ivoire, and Liberia herself. From there, we know that we have a MRU that will be more robust to respond to, a conflict resolution. That's why the conference is all about, to strategize, to make amends where necessary.
No matter these regional institutions, organizations, many experts in Africa see them as just weakling. They just make policies, they don't implement it. Example with ECOWAS, we see a lot of things happening in ECOWAS. At one point, they have to expel some members of ECOWAS, have to recall them back because ECOWAS doesn't have what it takes to actually enforce some of the things they say they would. How will MRU be different from not just making policy, but going to making sure that what they say happens, Mr. Jala? I know that's difficult, but yes.
No, it's not difficult. I think that over the years, and it started with the Secretary General Medina Wise when she got back to the MRU. You saw the refabrication of the MRU. We have come back up. We have had several programs and several projects. MRU has three to four pillars. We have the economic integration. So with economic integration, you see that the Buy Best project is coming in. You see the road fund is coming in terms of Liberia. The MRU trying to assist in securing loans for different developmental partners in terms of the different countries. MRU tends to help to want to fill in the gap. But All of these things cannot be possible with governments not making their commitment.
What are these commitments? I just want you to specify.
The commitment
what,
is
it financial?
The financial commitment. Every country has
Your
to
due.
pay $500,000.
Is that bro owing? Thank God the minister is here.
Yeah, but owing, but she not the one. But the people that are going to the finance ministry are to every day.
Yeah, but our government.
That government.
I know, right?
So yeah, Liberia is owing $1.6 million right now.
Say why?
Yes.
That you how can you owing 1.6?
So we're not blaming on this government. I think
It was inherited.
It was a due that was inherited.
Okay.
So our job at MRU is to ensure that.
Has Liberia committed to pay?
Yes, Liberia paid some money sometime last week. They paid $150,000 to the MRU secretariat. But we are hoping that they will make more commitment in terms of paying, because we have a high level delegation that is coming to Liberia, and you don't want the president speaking knowing for the fact that you won't bring people together, but you stay owing. So those commitments in terms of the financial commitments will help to strengthen the MRU. $500,000 10, 20 years ago is not 500. There has been inflation. The economy, has gone up. There are a lot of things. So we need to seek more funding from the government, but also the MRU looks to her developmental partners, UNDP, African Development Bank, UNOWAS for security reasons. We have something called the Joint Border Security Confidence Building Unit. That unit was being supported by UNDP, the Form 439 of those units at all of the different border crossing points. But due to funding again, those borders, that unit had to, be closed down because of lack of funding. So the motorbikes that UNDP provided, the computers that UNDP provided, they're no longer there. African Development Bank just provided us with scanners, biometrics. Now, those things are going to be installed at the Bull Waterside Genderman border. Again, that's support from our partners through MRU, where the MRU sees that at these border crossing points, security is of paramount interest. So how do we enhance the security at the border? So they gave us scanners, they gave us computers, they have given us a barcode or biometric code.
I was actually about to ask you if there are plans already to have a unified MRU security that will have the international police, Interpol. Do we have plans to have that for MRU, particularly to protect the borders? Because many of the MRU country borders are porous, Liberia being one, not having much security to man these border checkpoints, to be able to curtail the issue of especially drugs, illicit drugs. Do we have that plan?
I don't see that. That will have to be a vision of the Secretary General, and his proposal or his recommendation to the Union Ministerial Council. The Union Ministerial Council, then, which is the second highest decision body within the MRU, would then take that proposal to the heads of state. But that's the chain in terms of how that policy will be implemented within the MRU.
Before I come back to the minister, let me come to the member of the planning committee. Who are local do we expect to be at the conference in terms of not the presidents, not the ministers? Who else are we expected at the program?
Okay, thank you so much. So the meeting in two phases, like Minister Gbaa said. So on the issue of peace and security, that is the conflict resolution strategies, will be discussed on the first day by experts. And for example, we wrote the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, of Sierra Leone, asking them, like, okay, come along with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Finance, and experts. So they decide who to bring an expert that will discuss these issues. For example, if you discuss the issue of conflict resolution, you have to bring people from the security background. They will discuss it. At the end of the day, they come up with their report and submit a report to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Then they will sit down and have a discussions and come up with a resolution. That's how the program is handled.
Minister, let me come back to you. Earlier, you started detailing about that ECOWAS pass or ID card.
Mm.
How would that benefit Liberians, business people, particularly because most often you find business women and men, not just women, women and men traveling out of Liberia for businesses. How do you think that if that uh, is put into full swing, how would it benefit business people in Liberia?
Well, like I said, the ECOWAS delegation met with the Minister of Foreign Affairs. I was there, and we had authorities from the Bureau of Immigration, the National Identification Registry. They were all there, and there were things outlined, you know, talking about the importance of this ECOWAS biometric ID cards, how it benefits all of us. It promotes free movement, and that's one thing. Take, for example, you want to travel to, I'm talking about in Africa. Someone wants to travel to neighboring Ivory Coast, maybe by air, and you don't have the funding to obtain a passport. Okay,
Okay.
and you might choose an option, and that ECOWAS biometric ID card will maybe um, be an alternative
Okay.
for, yes, the member countries.
Countries. Okay.
Yes,
So, for example, if you don't have if you don't have a passport, you are
because
Liberian.
from my understanding, every information
Mm.
on your passport.
Should be in that ID card.
Yes.
Obviously.
Okay. Okay.
But equally so, that it helps with the free movement of citizens. It helps with
Yeah.
enhancing trade.
Hmm.
Because if I don't have it, what it does also is we it helps us to be able to try to maybe
Hmm.
harmonize our laws so that mine going from here to Sierra Leone, mine going from here to Ghana, mine going from here to Cote d'Ivoire is unhindered.
Hmm.
So I have this. It's agreed upon all member countries that this one biometric card is going to help me to be able to free movement. So when you have people moving freely within your member states, it improves our economic possibilities
Mm.
within the countries because I can leave from here, go to Cote d'Ivoire, buy goods, come
Not
back
just using your biometric ID
just
card.
using your biometrics. So you don't have people harassing you at the border where you have to pay illegal fees because you don't have passport or your laissez-passer.
It's like a substitute to the passport.
Passport.
Yes, Minister, you're very right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good, but I wish you were gonna have that kind of commitment from everyone.
Yes, it's something that benefits every MRU country. So why will I, oppose something that benefits my people? For the minister, she was really, confident about that, but it was something that needed to be looked into. That every member country, she cannot, say it on behalf of other member countries, but she welcomed the idea and plan to, discuss this with the president of the country, and then with relevant,
Authority.
authorities. That's why the NRR, the immigration boss, we had different, people there, even from the Ministry of Finance, because when you talk about doing that, it has some, financial implications. So it needed. It's something that, as a country, we're already discussing that, and we want to share the same idea with our, sister countries, so that we make traveling easy for our business people, just to improve the free movement in the region.
Mr. Guano, have we started receiving guests who are coming for this meeting already in country?
No, we'll start receiving our guests on the 20th, which will be on Saturday, via the airport and probably from the border point. We are putting into place a joint security that will be able to, those who will be coming via road to escort them from the border to Monrovia and from the airport to Monrovia. And to just, highlight something, our conference will be held at the Ellen Johnson Sally Ministerial Complex, like the minister regularly said. And everything in place.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so just to add to that, we've sent invitations to all of the MRU countries, and they've responded, that they will be in attendance.
Positively.
Yeah, positively.
Okay.
And we are even we got all the list from
Yes.
our member states, those will be attending, because
So do we have a number of people coming outside Liberia, for example?
yes, we have people coming outside Liberia. That is,
We have people from Guinea.
from Guinea,
We have people from the 4 members
from the
countries.
4-member country,
And you also have the Secretary General of the MRU, Honorable Simeon Moriba,
coming along with
will
15.
be in country.
What do we expect from? I know there will be speeches, there will be elaborate conversation around that. I mean, you two, the minister and the coordinator, what kind of speeches do we expect from some of these diplomats who will be given the opportunity to speak at that conference? Because that will set a tone as to whether everything you are planning will even make a pass or even make an approval with the other countries.
They already have an idea about this ministerial dialogue.
Mm.
It's an event that everyone will come and brainstorm and strategize. So we expect that we finalize actionable agenda for the heads of state summit, develop detailed plans for peace and security between MRU countries, build consensus on recognizing the ECOWAS biometric ID card that we'll talk about, reaching agreements to facilitate free movement that we also just highlighted, and securing commitment for institutional reforms and funding to enhance MRU countries.
Do we know if the president of Liberia will be there?
We expect that the president be there because we are the host. So I'm cognizant of the fact that if he has something else to do, I'm sure that the president will make a stop.
Yeah.
We are the host country, so I can't rule out the impossibility that he wouldn't be there. He will be there.
Okay. 0772876481 088051409 are the numbers you can call and form part of the SMS on the LBC 99.9. Again, the numbers are 0772876481 088051409 the numbers you can call and talk to the resident coordinator of ECOWAS MRU Secretariat, and of course, Assistant Minister for Public Affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Mr. Aaron Guano. He's a Dex officer at MRU and a member of the planning committee of this ministerial high-level meeting that is expected to take place from the 21st to the 22nd of July. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Your name and where you call us from, please. Your lines are really bad. You have to change your location a little bit for us. Hello? Yes? And not better. You have to change and call back, but the numbers remain the same. 08805 that's 4096 088051409. It's a don't start number 0772876481 is the orange number you can call and form part of this conversation on the SMS. But I want to Yes, I wanted to come back to you, Minister, but just go ahead.
Yeah, so we expect that the media cover this conference. It's a 2-day conference. We expect that the media form part of it. We're hoping that the international media picks up this event. Having such an event in Liberia is no small feat. So we expect that it is covered. So we we all get to know what the country is doing on the international front.
Okay, because I was about to ask you just that, because especially in Liberia, not many people. Before that question, let me take this call. Good morning. Good morning. It seems my lines are giving him some problem. If the technicians are listening, please come and help us out with the lines so that our callers can come through clearly. Good morning, your name, where you call us from? Yes, go ahead. Okay, we're having some issues with the lines. But
So, mhm, so
I was asking, how are you going to communicate this to the Liberian public to get to know exactly how we've heard a lot of things about Liberia in the diplomatic space. How are you going to communicate it effectively to the public so that Liberians are sure that, hey, their government is doing well diplomatically?
so we're going to have we're going to communicate with Liberia in all spheres, like whatsoever agreement that is reached at the dialogue is something that, if it is about free movement, we will produce communication materials to that. If it is about security, in bit and pieces, so that every or the typical Liberian have an information or know about something about the MRU, that we want to be robust and capable.
I want to come back to the planning committee member. Do we know locally how many media institutions
You should
will,
be asking me.
No, that should be.
as you
Yeah, because
Obviously.
I'm
Okay.
also the publicity chair for the committee.
on the committee?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have a number of media institutions that will be covering? Because you already started talking about the media should cover.
Yeah, so we actually we're expecting maybe 20 media.
I would invite is here BC
Why would you say that?
Obviously,
State
you
the
are
state
invited.
radio cannot be left out.
Okay, I'm just asking.
And then we hope that the BBC correspondent picks up this event, because it's an international. Like I said, we want this to be really publicized. So yeah, so that our foreign part or Liberians in the diaspora can know the work we're doing back here.
Let me get back to you, Mr. Jara. Give me a sense of what kind of, since you the secretariat coordinator for MRU, give me a sense of that kind of coordination and collaboration you've received from the government of Liberia. How has it been? How has it been working with the government of Liberia?
It has been amazing and successful. I think that again, I want to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for having us be a part of this planning process. From the initial state, we were involved. The minister got the secretary involved. So we are all working together as a team. MRU is seen as a family, because if you go to the secretariat in Sierra Leone, you find members, you have citizens from MRU countries working there. So we see ourselves as a family. Again, I want to thank the minister for having the MRU be a part from the beginning of this process. We have been involved. We have a chat room where ideas are flowing in terms of how we want to make this successful. And all of that has happened with the great work of the gentleman, Mr. Aaron Guano, you see here, who has been very efficient,
Instrumental.
instrumental and efficient in coordinating this process.
Okay, I just want to end up with you for your final statement because our time is fast spent. What kind of MRU do we expect going forward?
Well, right now we have a MRU now. We just had a new Secretary General, Honorable His Excellency Simeon Moriba. Mr. Moriba has come in because he was former Deputy Secretary General, but now he's the Secretary General. So he has the institutional knowledge and sees as to where he wants MRU to go. And with the help of the Foreign Minister, Sarah Yanti, we are having this conference, and the Secretary General is going to be here to give the vision of MRU. MRU already had a strategic plan that was going to end 2025, but he has come in now, looked at the strategic plan with the hope that he's going to add value to that strategic plan that will see the MRU as to how Minister Nyanti wants to see it: efficient, effective, and a great MRU.
Thank you, Mr. Jala. Mr. Guano, what kind of program do we look forward to beginning the 21st?
Thank you. We look forward to a successful program. And again, I appreciate Mr. Jala, the resident coordinator, for the level of work done so far. Every time I call him, even in the night, you'll pick up my call, we'll talk. He says, son, this is what you're supposed to do, because I'm just taking over the decks at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and he's doing a great job, in helping me, guiding me, improving every day. I want to appreciate you, Mr. Jala. I also want to appreciate Minister Gbaa for the level of work done so far at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs from all capacity and opposition. Thank you, Madam Minister. Keep doing what you're doing, and we all are here to help and build and see the visions of the ministers, improving Liberia foreign policies. And this is why this MRU program is very important. I want to appreciate you too for hosting all, and thanks to our partner, for the help.
Minister Saywhar, what, as part of your closing comments, what assurances, if you like, is this meeting, giving the citizens of Liberia that here our country is doing something for us? How does this meeting assure your citizens
that Liberia will be a part of a dialogue that will make the Mano River Union Secretariat a more robust and capable secretariat that will drive the vision of integration and address contemporary challenges like insecurity, underdevelopment, and the climate change, and you just name it. Liberia will be a part of history.
Thank you so much. Minister Saywhar is the Assistant Minister for Public Affairs at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And of course, Mr. Christian Jala, he's the Secretariat Coordinator of the MRU. He's the Resident Coordinator of MRU Secretariat. And of course, Mr. Aaron Guano, he's the Desk Officer at MRU. They've been talking about the upcoming high-level meeting of foreign ministers of MRU in Liberia that will be taking place at the EJS Ministerial Complex in Congo Town. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. We apologize we couldn't take your calls because we have some technical problems in studio. We hope we can rectify that soon. But thank you, Minister Jala, Minister Saywhar, and Coordinator Jala, and Mr. Guano. Thank you so much.
Yo, Triple J, Lil G, you already know. She's really low. She breaks down the baby. I gotta speak one for the king that I'm here to lead. I'm a boy, you're my summer by killing me. Kulani, you better leave my lady, or else I coming back. All of y'all tuning in. I'm the one you always wanna be with. You neglect the palaces, all of our king and crew with. Me, I'm more than that energy. Me, I'm hotter. I'm the sensei. What's good, yeah, we're still getting the stars as I shine, you can stop silent me. If I fall, I got peeps like the bonnet.
Coming up at 9, we bring you the guys from Lone Star. Lone Star Show Liberia will be here shortly at 9 o'clock to talk about issues around the GSM company and their promos and services they are providing to Liberians in Liberia. That's coming up shortly at 9 o'clock.
Yo, Triple J, Lil J, you already know. C to the O. It's your boy Stand baby. Yeah. I gotta speak rhymes for the game that I'm handling. I'm a pro, yeah, my summer back in it. Kunani, you better leave my name in it, or else I coming back. All of y'all tuning in. I'm the one you always wanna be with. You neglect the palaces, all of our king and crew with. Me, I'm more than that energy. Me, I'm hotter than that bread in the bakery. The new century, shout out to all my enemies. Thank God I made it off that book, the cemetery. Holy Mary, just pray for not being. Rest in peace, Lord, that knees on my neck, yeah. I'm the sensei, most of them are belly wappy. I'm the best thing, most of them are the stars as I shine, you can stop silent me. If I fall, I got peeps like the bonnet well seen. I'm super glue, you stash for that fufu. I'm just like a Sophia, that you be my Mugu. I'm Dulu, my healers then I do. She not Cairo, but I chunk it in her Yusu. It's not a taboo, but I'm big that a good food. She love me to the point, she gotta sit with me.
You said your words, if I trust and believe, I will not be put to shame.
Show.
There are times that I feel down on my knees, you came and rescued me. Lord, I thank you for today and for yesterday and the blessing that's on the way. Sometimes you got too far just to rise again. When I pray, you are always there. And I pray, I pray, I pray. I pray, I pray, I pray. I pray, I pray, I pray. I pray, I pray, I pray.
I wanna go up and get big boy, I can bluff now. Respect to all of y'all who understood my pain now. So many problems, I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat. People said sleep for me, but hey, you read? This apologies to me, so I post to sneeze. Thanks for my mom for the prayer she did for me. All that holy tea for me, I chose Hawaii. All I tried to set for me, God, not this matter, eh? Jesus got my back, yeah, you can stop my shine. I'm still wearing the Jordans with a knock son. I only fall on my back, never on my face. I'm still hopeful, blessings is on the way.
You said your words, if I trust and believe, I will not be put to shame. There are times that I feel down on my knees, you came and rescued me. Lord, I thank you for today and for yesterday and the blessing that's on the way. Sometimes you got too far just to rise again. When I pray, you are always there. And I pray, I pray, I pray. 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 Jay, that's like Dr. Beat. the first time I saw you.
We have to tap that one and go straight into our conversation this morning with the folks from Lone Star Cell, Liberia, and we'll be talking about the mobile money CR, that CSR interventions and value. So the guys are in studio already. We have in studio now Mr. C. Fode Eme, also Nula Enders. They will properly introduce themselves after their names and tell us their sections they represent at Lone Star Cell Liberia. So let me start up with Mr. C. Fode Eme. Welcome to the Super Morning Show.
Hello, good morning. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
And Nula Enders.
Good morning.
Good. So basically, we're talking about the mobile money CSR interventions and value. But for the which session you represent at Lone Star, firstly?
Okay, so at Lone Star Cell MTN, I'm the corporate communications stroke CSR manager.
CSR manager. Okay. Nula?
Yeah, so Nula Enders, and I'm the brand and media coordinator.
Branding media.
Brand and
media coordinator. Yeah. Okay. Splendid, beautiful. So let's talk about what the mobile money CSR initiative is all about, Fode.
Okay, so basically what we would want to achieve here is to inform you that mobile money is more than just financial inclusion. It's also into your lives, it's also into all that matters to you. In the bigger span of things, MTN is all about shared value, shared vision. So yes, so we have done a lot of CSR initiatives. You know, when you even talk about certain initiatives that come as programs and platforms like the Heroes of Change, where we give humanitarians a chance to showcase what they have been doing, and also for us to support and promote them. When you talk about the Momo Community League, which of course nurtures the up and coming football talents in our municipals and our districts, and then we have different initiatives we've done as well. We've collaborated with the LNP to provide safety gear for the motorcyclists and the tricyclists, and maternity kits, a whole lot of things that we can talk about that Momo is putting forward. It is more than just transaction, it's also transformation as well.
I know our audience will be concerned about the meaning of CSR. You want to break that down for us?
Yeah, I will let my colleague Nula Enders.
Nula, what does CSR mean?
So it's our corporate social responsibility.
Okay.
So
okay, I just knew that was it. I thought it was something more technical.
okay, I'll just wanted to add some context to it, because as an institution or as a company coming as an operator, we like to call ourselves, or we pride ourselves on being like the first telecommunications company in Liberia. So we are obligated to the people of Liberia at least to do something for them, something meaningful. So we're more than just a telecommunications company.
Okay.
We are a part of Liberia. Our staff, our colleagues, all of us, we work in there, we are Liberians. So that's our responsibility as an institution, as a company, to do more for Liberia, do more for our people. So it's our responsibility.
So I want to ask you to give us a picture, or better still, highlight the importance of Lone Star Cell MTN social corporate responsibility to the public. What can you pride yourself in as some of the things you have done for the public as part of your CSR?
Yeah, we've done
CSR.
So we've done a lot, and there's still more that we can do. There's still more we are doing, especially throughout this year. But just to highlight a few of the things that we've done so far from January to up until now, from the beginning of the year up until now. We had in February, we had the Armed Forces celebration. So we partnered with the Armed Forces of Liberia. We are part of the cleanup activities. We're part of the medical outreach. We're also part of the sports match. So we organized a sports match in partnership with the Armed Forces of Liberia, where we brought together different joint forces to play, because football is a game that brings people together, especially in Liberia. And then we had the 5K marathon, which I ran. I have my medal. So we brought people together. It was free. You didn't have to pay any money to register. We ran from Catholic Junction to the BTC barrack. And so the idea around it was to bring Liberian people together in unity as one people, especially after the elections. Okay. And then in March, we had the MTN She Series. So we have an organization in MTN called MTN Women, where our sole priority is women inclusion, women empowerment, and so those kind of things. So we had the MTN She Series, where we went to universities and we empower young women. At least they saw women that are working in IT. We also have women come to our office, where they were assigned to our HR, somebody was assigned in IT, somebody was assigned in marketing with the brand and communications manager, and they got to learn firsthand what it was like to be a woman, working in a telecommunication space in that kind of thing. So, and then we also have the Momo Market Ma. So for that, it's something that empowers market women. So women that we try to support them and assist them in accepting Momo payments, so that way their money is safe. They can also invest in other things, and it keeps the money in the ecosystem. And then we also reward them. So aside from just, just like Forty says, it's not just transactional. We try to empower them. So as much as you're accepting Momo payments, what is in it for you and your family? Because some of those women, they sell bilabo, they sell pepe, those small things. So at the end of the day, we reward them with extra cash, so that way they're able to add more money and expand their businesses. So you see some of the money they have is just for bilabo, and that money is not their own money. They'll credit from somebody they have to pay. So at the end of the day, Momo gives them money. That way they start their own businesses, and then they expand from Pepe. You'll see somebody will start selling fufu, in the market, the market will start growing. So, I mean, it's a mouthful. There's a lot of things that we've been doing throughout the year, and we continue to do, but that's just gist of it.
Okay, we talk more about that, but Karim Belity has joined us. So Karim, you met us in the middle of the conversation already, and we're now highlighting the importance of Lone Star Cell corporate social responsibility, the CSR. Why these letters are giving me a problem this morning? The CSR. So just pick up from there, Karim.
Okay, thank you so much. It's okay.
Yes, go ahead. You on?
Okay. So thank you for having me. Apologies, I've been caught up on the weather, so apologies I came late. So talking about the CSR, there are a lot of things that we've been engaging. I think Nula mentioned some of them, talking about the Momo Community League, and quite recently we just launched the initiative of giving back to the motorcyclists, the keke riders, and all that are providing vests, providing helmets, and providing keke cover. Most times, especially when the rainy season, you see most of the guys, you see some of the keke, they're leaking, passengers sit inside, water dripping on them. So we think ahead, what are some of the benefits? How can we reach our people? So those are some of the things that we engage with. So quite recently, we've already launched with the in Liberia. We also partner with them to promote Liberian businesses. So that event is scheduled for this Saturday. So we just promoting Liberian businesses. So there we have Liberian businesses that we collaborating with, and we've come together. People will be showcasing their produce. People got made in Liberia handbag, made in just handy materials, things that people really want to see, and are striving businesses, people who are picking up. So we set up these businesses. We're setting up a mobile money account as well as Momo Pay. So what are some of the benefits is that these people are able to track their payment real time. So it's nothing that is also somebody pay. I remember we had some kind of story somewhere in Lofa, Vonjama. There was a woman who said drive fish. But every time she goes home, she collect her money, she put it under the mattress. She assuming that she had around $150,000. So this time she went and live for the mattress, but husband already cleared the whole man.
Wow.
Yeah. So we introduced mobile money. So we went to Vajama, we were talking, and then she was so excited with the spring. I'll be keeping my money. I would take my sink, I would Harley, the kind of thing. Those are the ways we try to reach people, to solve some of the problem. And we are not stopping there.
Again, we continue to reach people, we identify needs, and then we solve it as MTN Mobile Money and Lone Star Cell MTN.
And that's the importance of the mobile money aspect of Lone Star Cell.
Yeah.
You want to further comment on that, Fode?
Oh yes. Still to buttress the points that were made by my colleagues here, which I must say they are very wonderful people. Yeah, I can tell you that one. They've said it all. There's still more to say. There's still more that's going to happen. But like I said earlier, it's more than just transactional. It's transformational as well. So just bouncing off what Karim was talking about, the fact that we are going to support. In fact, the fact that we are the chief supporters of the Made in Liberia exhibition. One thing that Momo is going to do is more than just showing people how to make payments. We're actually building the fintech landscape. We are supporting the fintech landscape because, number one, we know that there is need for not just the inclusion, but the acceptance as well. People from such an exhibition, for example, now, this exhibition is going to be made up of entrepreneurs, a bunch of entrepreneurs that have products to showcase and all. And of course, as an entrepreneur, your staff strength is a little too low. You can't hire an accountant right away or anything like that. But then there's the case whereby we have a system, which is the mobile money system. You can easily track just how your finances go. From the app, you can look at your statements, you can look at just what has come, what is yet to come, and what has been debited or credited, as they say in accounting. Then also, we've gone to the point whereby, like I said, it is transformational.
Okay.
We're all human beings. In as much as we transact, we also fall short every now and then. You might want to pay a quick bill, but then you just can't pay it right away, or maybe you just want to just get something quickly around you across the road, but then you're short of cash right away. But you're not held back because you can actually loan from Momo as well, soft loans, and you can go about your business. So it's all encompassing. I think in the final end of things, it is to make the service not just something that is alien to you, but something that is in your environment, close range.
Okay. Nola and Karim spoke earlier about the Momo Community League. Let's talk more about that Community League and then the Momo Heroes of Change, and of course, what you call the community inclusion. What part of these services, how these services are important communities? The Momo Heroes for Change, the community inclusion, and of course, like I said, you already mentioned the Community League.
Okay, so I'll start with the Heroes of Change because actually yesterday or last night, 11:59, we closed voting for top 10. So just to give an overview of what Momo Heroes of Change is a corporate social responsibility.
Everything just about
where this year we're recognizing Liberia change makers. So we were trying to find people in Liberia who are making differences or making change in their communities, in their own small spaces, maybe in your area or in your county. So it's not just Montserrat, across Liberia. So we asked Liberians now to nominate people that they're aware of. And this year we got over, I think, about 5,000 nominations online. So we had to sort through those people. And actually, some people, you might be nominated more than 100 times. A lot of people are calling your name or nominating you and say, I nominate Fode as my Momo Hero of Change because Fode has impacted me, or Fode runs a non-profit organization where he gives school fees to young people to go to school. Yeah, out of his own pocket. He's not funded by government or anything. So we got those people. We reached out to them on the social media platforms, email, to get more information about the organization. So now the vetting process doesn't sit with us, not MTN. We have a governing council and a board of judges. So that's where Madam Bowie, Lehman Bowie, comes in. That's where we have Mr. Elias Shonier. So there are dignitaries or people with integrity that serve on those platforms to vet. So now they do research on the people that are nominated, and we open it to the public for them to vote. So yeah, but at first they cut it down to 30 persons just so we can manage the number of people. So they cut it down to 30 and we put it to the public for them to vote.
So where are we now, Karim, with other heroes of change? Are we at the 30 or we see at the 5,000?
No. Currently we are 10. We are 10, yeah.
Okay.
So they are close, so we are going to take 5.
Okay.
So the 5 now they go to the final. Yeah. So at the final, we have a grand final at the ministerial complex where all of those people that are nominated, we bring them together. So that's an opportunity for you to network. You might be involved in the same kind of activity. There's an opportunity for you to network. There's an opportunity for you to get funding. And then there's a grand prize for the top 3. So we have $2 million Liberian dollars, $1.5 million Liberian dollars for the second person, and $1 million Liberian dollars for the third person.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's funding for them to do more. Yeah. Aside from that, everybody that was nominated, you're also certified. We give you recognition that thank you for your work. There's also small compensation as well. So it's not like you're part of the process and you don't go with anything.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Just a motivation. Let me hear from you, Karen. What more do we expect from them?
Yeah, so I think like Nuda put it, the idea is to identify people who are doing exploit in their fields. So there's no better way to do that than to reward it. The thing is, it's not like you give them money and say, oh yeah, thank you for doing the good. These are people who are doing it willingly. These are people who, take up the time, help people, bring people from down in places that government can reach. Yeah. These are people who are making those impacts. And then there are people who are bringing about innovation. So it's not just about, helping downtrodden people, people who are innovating in that area. Like, remember when we started mobile money, everybody was like, the thing will work it. Now where are we now? So there are people who bring bright ideas to solve different ways, Remember somebody was telling me somebody started a thing, I think they say, green gold, they started taking waste from the street, remanufacturing, making other and use products. So those are people who try to identify and see how best, we can reward it and tell them thank you for what you're doing. Your effort is not going unnoticed. We see you, see what you're doing in your space, and then we would like to support you.
How is it the nomination normally done? Because I heard Nola say people gotta recommend you. For example, if I'm doing something, a community-based thing, and no one nominates me, can I nominate myself and form part of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I just need to provide evidence that hey, I'm doing such things.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I must add something back to what Karim was saying, in as much as people are doing things on their own, helping the communities and all that, one of the aims that the Heroes of Change also helps to achieve is that, luckily, or as we have it, Lone Star Cell MTN is quite a large platform, and definitely there are people that are in need of the services that these people render. Through the Heroes of Change program, which is televised as well, is on the internet, is on the different internet stations and all, they get to see just where they need to be. There are some, for example, now look at the last winner, Varney, right?
Yes, Francis Varney.
Yeah, Francis Varney from For Life Zoe. There are people that need skills. They don't know where to go to. But luckily, even if you don't win the Heroes of Change or not, we amplify just what you do to the people that need to see you as well. So that way, how can I put it out? So that way,
it exposes the person in their work they do.
Yes, and also we ensure that you are not kept in the dark as well. Yeah, because.
But I want to ask if, for example, I'm nominated for this particular one that's about to end, and I don't make it to the top 30, I don't make it to the top 10, I don't make it to the top 3, I drop. Can I reapply for the next one? Can I be re-nominated rather for the next one?
Yes, you can be nominated. What we're trying to do is, last year people that were nominated, they were still nominated this year.
Okay.
Yeah, and some of them have made it to the top 10 this year, and they didn't make it last year. So because some of them, after they were nominated, they kept doing more. So now, a lot more people saw what they were doing, and a lot more people nominated them this year. So you see, every year it gets better. The only people that unfortunately cannot be nominated for the following year. Going forward now will be the top 5. So once you make the top 5, once you're a finalist, you cannot make it to
You can be renominated
no,
for the next
year.
edition.
Last year it was only the top 3. So once you make it to the top and you have funding, you can make it to this year.
So when a person reaches the top 5, does Don't Start Cell give them something?
Yes, I said it. Yes, we compensate everybody, especially everybody that's within the top
5.
10. Top 10.
Top 10.
Yes.
Okay, that does it for the Momo Heroes. Except you have something else to add. But let's talk about the community inclusion of as part of the social corporate responsibility. What is that?
I'll let Fode take that one.
So basically, the community inclusion is like this. Definitely, we have certain themed programs that are sponsored by Momo, the Heroes of Change, the Community League, and what have you. But then the community inclusion part here is this: we also support you when you are also going to carry out certain programs. For example, now recently we supported what's her name, please?
Lila Dollar, Lila Precious Dollar.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Lila Dollar. We supported her when she went to give out, to donate rather, maternity kits to nursing mothers, first time nursing mothers, by the way, in certain communities. The fact is this: we don't also want to be tied down to our themes alone. We also want to see that, look, what you have is a worthy cause, and we will support you on that. Also, the Momo Market Ma is also part of our community inclusion, and I'll tell you why. The whole, when you think about the whole thing about mobile money, it's more than just the ease of you being in the comfort of your home and then you can transact. The main thing is about banking the unbanked. So in most times, the unbanked are people that maybe they do not have high level of education, so therefore they are just not privy or savvy to the banking processes, or they don't have the requisite identifications or whatever that it takes for you to get a bank account. So definitely we include people that are usually unbanked. And then there's a case whereby in most cases the market women, some of them, they are not of the highest educational standards thus far. But then the fact that, look, we make you see that, look, this world is changing, is becoming more technological, and also what you are doing, you are trading, is going to change eventually.
Okay, so there where the community inclusion comes in.
Yeah, it's part of it.
It's geared towards market women, supporting market women and female entrepreneurs.
Yes, and it's also going to go beyond that, because let's not forget, we are not planning on doing anything that is cliche or platitude. No, there are also fishermen that we eventually have to be met. There are also people of different aspects, and when the world is changing, we can't leave them behind. So this is where we also come in as well.
All of this, how and this one cuts across the three of you. What kind of impact does it have on the communities? I'm talking about the corporate social responsibility. What direct impact does it have on communities? And let me start up with Karim, since he came a bit later.
So we've been doing this thing for a while, and many of the times when you go back in places you visited, I see Fode mentioned the fishery. I remember, I think it was three years back when the National Fishery launched with the collecting taxes for fishery. We visited all the different counties, educate people, we have seminars, we sit down, we talk to people on how they can make payment to purchase their licenses. Before for NAFA to collect payment for the fishery license was very difficult. So after the training, you see somebody can sit down now, and just after in the month ends or the year end, when they're ready, they just pay their license directly to the NAFA account. And nobody got to struggle with them. They say, oh, you didn't pay. Once the person go to be able to verify, see, okay, fisherman SYC have made the payment. And those people, they see those things as something that are very important. People, we are touching their lives and see, so, what we used to be fighting, got to go travel from the other place, to go to the other place, to go save money. Just not everything is seamless. Again, we go back to the Momo market man. Talk about marketeers. You see, most of the time, sometimes somebody coming from maybe from Ganta, for example. People used to come to Ganta with bag of money. To away from maybe Lofa,
Pass
Grand
through
GD,
railway.
different places, pass through really. Jero come by, maybe somebody coming by, how they call it, $10,000 worth of goods. Sometimes they might even spend up to $7,000. I gave you some instances. Before we brought on the government like bureau in terms of payment, salary payment, there are people who government they got teacher maybe in Campley. Teacher in Campley making 9,000 $9,000. But that teacher will have to travel to maybe come to some kind of closer place that they get banned before he pay that 9,000. At the end of the day, the teacher finish spending 9,000 to pay away. He gets to that place, the money finish. So we've been able to reach the people that somebody can sit in their home, come in like project, low salary, just one click, everybody receive the salary. We have over 18 to 20,000 agent network around the country that you can go and do a cash out. And like we see most of the year we're pushing Momo Pay. So our mind is driven from just using him. So you get mobile money, go you cash it up. You can't spend it, go you cash it up. No, we're not looking at that again. Everything that you can do with money, whether to pay a school fee, whether they will measure the Momo market, whether to go in the market to buy your pepper, your pirap, or your chicken feed, whether to how they call it, pay in on the keke, on the motorbike, in the taxi, the buses, all those things. Just use mobile money to do just about everything. Forget the stress. Many times, every other year, we hearing how they call it, we got liquidity issue, especially in December. You be looking for a place to cash out money, or everybody play, you can't find money. And you can just do it on your phone. Use your phone to do just about anything. If somebody send you your Christmas or your July 26 coming, I know a lot of people have started receiving their money from abroad. So you go to the supermarket, you can buy your grocery, you can go into the marketplace, you buy your chicken feed, your chicken carton, and things that you stack it in your crib. So the essence is to reach people to make their lives seamless. So every time we're identifying different ways that we can target people's life and see how best we can provide solution for the challenges they are going through.
Okay, Nula, you want to add up, and then Fode, then we'll move to the next one.
Yeah, I think Irene spoke about the services and how it benefits, like the impact from a brand perspective. So for me personally, I'm fortunate to, like once we go into some of these donations or go to some of these activations, the reaction you get from people. So when we went with Lila to the maternal wards, the different places that we still give kids. Well, there was this lady that was there, and she said she been how do they call them? I forget it. For over 10 years. So she been with the clinic, she been there helping new mothers for over 10 years. And then she said, "Oh, I remember y'all know some people, y'all had a program, I know yellow care. Y'all came here before, and y'all give our baby money prenatal how they can call it." She said, you will not believe how that thing helped us, because the way we were suffering. And people when they can't, they get money to buy, some of those small things. So the feedback and the reaction you get from people, that you are actually giving them, not just giving them things, out of it, but things that they actually need. So for us, I think it's more about making an impact. So everything we do, the reaction we get from people, the value we get from those things, that's what's important to us.
Okay, Fode.
Yeah, I mean, just to summarize what both my colleagues have said, it's all about shared value. If you prosper, we all prosper. Okay. That is it.
Let's talk about the partnership Lunsasio, has with the NGOs and other local organizations as they reach out for its corporate social responsibilities. And anyone of you can just pick up from there.
Okay, so in that light, when we talk about partnerships with NGOs, there are a couple of them, and also because certain things are still being worked on paper, so I wouldn't mention certain names or everything. But for example, we have been in talks with a particular NGO that is going to bring a little bit of a change maker to the youths and basically entertainment with a poetry competition. So people should watch out for that. And then also definitely there are some women NGOs that we have been talking with as well. I don't want to use the term women NGOs. I'll say women-focused NGOs rather, because of course the female folk needs more support and of course more inclusion in what we do.
And for that, I see that there is this proposal acceptance from, with the Office of the High Commission, the Office of the High Commission on Human Rights.
Yes. That is one of the things. All right, it's part of what we're working on, and I don't want to expose everything yet because it's still in the works. Yes, so just give us some time. But when you see it, you will see it, and it'll be big. Yeah, but then long story short, we get a lot of propositions every time, and we're always willing to help in whatever capacity that we can. So if I want to talk about the NGOs, we will not end right now because there are a lot of them and we participate with a lot of them.
How partnership you think in your mind, as it relates to Lone Star Cell quest for social corporate responsibility, how does partnership really help?
Well, I think as we see that in our offices every day from 9 to 5, we might not be aware of some of the things that are happening in those communities and spaces. So that's why it's great that we have partners, or we're partnering with other organizations and NGOs who are already doing the works. So what we can do is to empower them, what we can do is to partner with them. And that's where the Mobile Heroes of Change also come into play. So I can say all of those organizations that were nominated or that are nominated, to date, we're still partnering with them. Like Francis, we are partnering with him to create a youth platform. We spoke about Lila already with the new mothers. So, and we're also open to everyone else, especially the new heroes that are nominated as well. So some of those organizations, just imagine having access or pool to over 5,000 local organizations that you can partner with and empower them to do more across Liberia.
Yeah, and also just to add to what she's saying, the partnerships are not just only with the participants. The partnerships also extend to existing organizations. So, for example, we are not necessarily going to just focus on cash prizes throughout the program. We partner with other organizations so that definitely they offer mentorship, because in as much as you are a humanitarian and you are doing what you are doing, there's always room for improvements. So some of these people that we've partnered with, some of these organizations that we have partnered with, they see your process, they mentor you through it, they help to nurture you to a bigger platform and also give you more exposure. So the partnerships go in both ways. We partner with the participants, we partner with existing organizations, just so that we can achieve one goal, and is everybody's transformation.
Okay, so my next question is how you guys want to explain to us how your vision to have a very effective CSR aligns with the government of Liberia's own priorities. How Lone Star Cell is working in alignment with the government of Liberia own priorities, in reaching corporate social responsibilities. And I hope that Karen can pick up from there and then we'll go across as well.
Okay, so basically, right now as we speak, hopefully by tomorrow we should be starting the Momo 20% discount major supermarkets. So what am I bringing out? The government mentioned that part of their initiative is to promote digital payment, cashless economy. So we at MTN Mobile Money, we drive all those different areas to have those solutions, being made provided. So like I said, we have over 1.3 million people now every 30 days that uses mobile money. We still believe that
every month 1.3 million people.
Yes.
Okay.
We still believe that is not enough. Our target is to reach at least 3 to 5 million people. So as to reduce, the government spends a lot of money on printing Liberian dollar notes. And what people need money for is to spend it. People need money to be spent, people need money to be kept. So as part of what we're doing from the MTN Mobile Money side is to promote digital payment to reduce that burden from on government. Okay. Something we're also doing is that we already mentioned the mobile market. A lot of times people see it challenging, we already brought it up, but I'm not going to let the cat out of the bed. But there's something that's coming though. People have a lot of challenges. Oh, people won't send money. People used to be going standing to the bank for hours to receive money. We say, okay, then mobile money come in to reduce that stress. Right now, there are a lot of people who sit home and just do the transaction will all go into the bank. All of that places is being covered through mobile money. That before, I used to work in the bank before. There are a lot of times that people found difficulties in getting actual data on the amount of people who are having some financial backing, all of that. I fully mentioned earlier. People now who are market with me are covered now. So now if somebody doing projection, they can look at go to central bank and say, okay, we want to see data for people who in maybe look at who in can play, who into the other play, who do that play that are doing transaction. They don't necessarily have a bank account, but the financial system now, they have been captured in the financial system that people can make projection. Okay, we got people who have $. If we want to carry on this project, we have data to use that we can be able to cover these people. So there are a lot of data that have been provided from people who are using mobile money, provided to the government to be able to make decisions, to be able to make policy on how they can affect people's lives. So there are a lot of things that we've been doing, with mobile money, and we continue to do to be able to directly support the government while impacting lives as well.
No, you want to add up also your alignment with the government's own priorities?
Yeah, so I would like to speak to the arrest agenda because that's something that we are actively trying to support and doing the best that we can to ensure that the government succeeds, because once the government succeeds, the entire country benefits. So in terms of the rule of law, I mean, Karim and his team were in the streets almost mobbed because the number of motorcyclists that they were actually distributing distributing helmets, jackets, umbrellas, just so they're in alignment with the
regulation.
LNG regulation. Yeah, and so that's one way that we support it. Education, we have our partners, like I said, Francis Vani, who owns a skill training place. Well, so we're trying to work with him to create a platform where you don't have to go to the classroom to learn digital education, and you can get certificates and those sorts of things. Tourism, I mean, that's something that's actually booming, especially since this government took over. We see the tourism sector. I won't miss the other place, like Waloko or Wakolo, but I always miss it. Yeah, I haven't been there, but you see, those are things that are attracting people. And then the Nima Lodge. Yeah.
That's the hottest one right
So those are we partner with Linta. I mean, we also partnering with them for the Maiden Liberia Fair. So all things Liberian, things that will attract people to Liberia, things that will showcase our country that is more than just war zone, more than just COVID-19, more than just Ebola. But Liberia is even the Liberian people, our food, our culture, we're more than what we've been through. So we're trying to support Linta to achieve that. And we also have data packages for free on the bus that takes people to Nima Lodge. So while you're riding to go to Nima Lodge, you can enjoy our 4G data services, just relax and just take time away from the hustle and bustle of Monserrado or Monrovia. Go to Ganta, enjoy yourself, relax, and then come back again and get back to business. So those are basically, I think those are two things I can speak to, and Fully can talk about the rest.
Fully want to talk about, or should we move ahead?
You've said it.
So, okay, having said that, let's talk about Lone Star Cell's commitment to sustaining these services that every Liberian, not just those in Morovia, not just those in Montserrat County, but every Liberian benefit from these services. How committed is Lone Star Cell to ensuring that inclusivity?
Okay. First of all, if I got you right, you're asking about inclusive.
Getting everyone inclusive.
Yeah,
and getting everyone on board to benefit from these services, because we're talking about the corporate social responsibility. How does everyone benefit? How committed is Lone Star Cell to that?
Well, I'll say Lone Star Cell is committed, and I will tell you just why I'm saying that. Nula had recently added that in the first edition of the Heroes of Change, I think 3 persons were rewarded, right?
Yeah.
And then we improved it to 5 persons now,
5.
right? Yes. So that includes, I mean, just that example alone is to show that we're willing to improve just how we can get you on board. The Heroes of Change is an amazing platform because, number one, we're all operating businesses, here in Liberia in different companies, and the fact that you want to do your different CSR initiatives, but then also, if you can do what is within your budget and your own scope, that's fine. But then what if you can also, without you thinking of any particular company's vision or so, support other people's initiatives. So when the Heroes of Change is aired, or when it is televised or so, you get to realize that, look, whether you donated a bag of rice to this person or not, the fact that we have supported you, we have given you the publicity. That publicity is not just for the Liberian people alone. But let's not forget that all these different humanitarian organizations that are run by single skill PM persons and all that, these people also apply for grants. The fact that they can bank on the reputation of a Lone Star Cell MTN qualifying you as a hero of change, the fact that you have your documentaries shot by us and it is yours forever, it is part of your portfolio for your application for a wider range. So my point I'm trying to make is that, yes, we will not, it's not every time that you just go and you just drop a bag of rice. That is just nutrition. That is what it is. It is not, it stops there. Once you eat, you eat, finish. But we give you a whole lot more. We go the distance. So just that alone can best summarize, just how far we go to include everybody. And of course, there are different ways, like we said. Different NGOs, they come to meet us, we discuss what they want to achieve, and definitely, if it aligns with our goals, if it aligns with our values, definitely we support as well. So it's endless. Yeah.
Okay. Any of you want to add up to that as to plans to sustain this commitment?
So, MTN as a group, something that we pride ourselves on, we like to say is our brand statement is everyone deserves the benefit of a modern connected life. Everybody, whether you're in Logatuo, whether you are in Bitrimu, whether you are in Bon County, whether you're in Montserrado, everybody should be connected somehow. You should be able to call somebody from in the interior to Montserrado. You should be able to send money to somebody in need, not necessarily put the money in your pocket, get in car and go all the way there. You should be able to send money to that person, and they should be able to act immediately. So we try to do that with our process, our projects, our services that we offer. We try to make sure that everybody is included. Like for mobile money before, like people would say, "Oh, that thing they're too complicated. Come and go that so and so too many codes to remember." As it is now, we try to make things as simple as possible. We have one code for everything. You can dial *352#. You get all our services on one menu. You don't have to. And that one, it's easy because even my grandma can do it on her lip button phone. Mobile money is an easy service. It's not as complicated as the other services. Mobile money, you don't have to dial a separate code for USD or separate code for LRD. You dial *156#. You have access to the menu. So, we try to simplify things, reduce our processes, so that way even somebody who is not educated can be able to use that platform or that service. And we also have an influencer, Mamiri, who can speak local dialects. She's able to communicate fluently to people who will not understand maybe series or understand
the standard
English. Yeah. So that's our communication, our services, everything. We try to localize it so people are included, people can understand it, and it's easier for people to consume.
Kareem?
Yes, I will go to the community league. Many times we that left football Benin. Yeah, we can, when we be talking about Liberian football, we'll say, okay, I mean, the people there can get to the minute get perform every time they just go to spoil name. So what we try to do
to put a simple one in field and see what they can play.
So what we try to do is because most time football pundit they say, oh, we need to have maybe something that will academy. This children need to be breed, coming up, playing football, having system, know how to play football. So we look at it and say, okay, what can we do? So okay, let's form the Momo Community League. Bring about kids from different area community where nobody will just be playing around, kicking football in their community, put it together as teams. And say, okay, young people, let's see your talent. Those are places that we collaborated with the LFA. Those are places that people will come and spark potential talent. So you see, maybe after 5 years from now, some of the people who will get running around will be on the Liberia national team, will be doing exploit for us. So the idea is to identify people from down there and how they can contribute to the society. There are a lot of people who get a lot of children that got talent, but they just play in the community. They can't go nowhere. So we will just look at and say, okay, let's be far-sighted. Let's see how best we can bring people together and we can make this thing or yearly thing that people will come from different communities, move from Monrovia, will go to different areas, different counties, and bring people together. That people see there, people try to identify talent. Imagine somebody 16-year-old, 13-year-old playing football. It's so exciting. And that person get that mindset. The kind of money football I'm making. If we get maybe 10 or 100 football and make it, the country will go fast. So we gotta try to tap on all those small things. So those are the things that we try to focus on and see how best we can contribute to society.
But gentlemen, and Nula, our time is fast spent. We have a little over little than 10 minutes to go. But let's talk about the future plans that Lone Star Cell has, especially to roll out some of those initiatives to meet up to its corporate social responsibilities. Maybe we can just go across again and then we can call it a day.
Okay, so there's something coming. There are sometimes it's kind of difficult to measure corporate social responsibility where they sit down not being business because we're a business company as well. So I would just push it out there to the public. In the coming week or two, there's something big that is going to be launched as well. So we are not sitting there. Again, like I said, we are thinking every day on how to provide solutions to the general public. And I will just want to use the platform to call everybody. Saturday, please come at the Monrovia City Hall for the main Liberia Trade Fair.
Okay.
It's going to be a nice event and people will have different kind of food, different kind of Liberian made material. It will interest you. Yesterday, I was talking to the guys. It will interest you the kind of people who see people who are professional people that sit down doing the side hustle, the kind of people who are pushing the Liberian business. Come and let patronize, let promote these people, to see how best their business can grow. Many of times we'll send it for team from Nigeria, from their place to that place. Meanwhile, we got people here who can do the same things.
Okay.
So let us try to push our Liberian businesses, and mobile money is something that is easy to use. Again, the mobile money discount, 30% discount starts at major supermarkets around the country beginning tomorrow.
No, you also want to add up and then talk about the Momo Wese Wasa because we're running out of time actually right now.
There's so much happening. I say, so we tell people that your 20 say on us. So the whole 20
y'all start with me, friend, right now.
The whole 20 season in Jamaica, 20 say on us. We have a lot of things. And so that can be tiring, but we got to do it for our people.
Yes,
I know.
We have a lot of things coming. We say what's up, like every year we say for you. Yeah, we say what's up is coming. Like Karen said, something big is coming. Like we always trying to solve, your pain points. Anything you're struggling with. So that means I say when you're coming our comment section and tell us what your problem is, we can just read it, respond with it. We're actually working to ensure that we have the best things in this country. So just to close where I think we say we fast spend, we won't get time again. We have carrying talk about main Liberia Fair. Y'all get tired or we have the Momo Community League final happening on Panafé STFI.
Yes.
Panosville STFI. It will not be easy there. My team becoming from Panafé playing King Gray. That's the grand final. We'll have performances from Takun J. We'll have the Mr. Church there, performances of it. So they have the weekend starting from Friday. You have your discount on Friday. You have the main Liberia Fair on Saturday. You have the Momo Community League on Sunday. The whole weekend, no resting, no sleeping. Also,
Okay, footy.
Don't forget Beer Festival.
The BFS hold on. That's like right after the 26th. That's we will come here.
You gotta come by. You gotta come by. Yeah, but fully finally, let's hear from you, and then about the future plans that Lone Star has.
Wow, my colleagues, they've said exactly what I'm going to say, honestly. So I'll just say, based on what they've said so far, please, the Liberian people, just be vigilant. When you see it, and you enjoy it. Yeah.
All right. Yes. Fudi Eme and Nula Enders, Karen Belity, have been here talking about the Lone Star Cell social corporate responsibility. Let me pronounce these letters very carefully. CRS. So now, oh, CSR.
You get there.
ABC is difficult. If someone teach how to say ABC, more than thank you. So let me say kudos to the teacher. I forgot my ABC.
At least you didn't say ACB.
But thank you guys. Thank you for coming up this morning on the Super Money Show. Thank you so much to all of our listeners for your listening role this morning. Until we talk to you on tomorrow on the special edition with Hassan Kewu. My name is Edward Tamba. Bye bye.